Progressive disclosure is one of the most powerful UX patterns. It's also one of the most misunderstood. Cruise ship doesn't hand you a 200-page manual when you board. It reveals what you need when you need it. And AI is about to make it personal, throwing every single guest a different ship. That is progressive disclosure. Think of it more as revealing features throughout the entire end-to-end experience. Because you're kind of revealing the complexity of what you built, but over time so that people can comprehend and download on it. That way they're not like drowning before they know how to swim. I want you to think about it as like boarding a cruise ship. Because you know me, we love a Disney cruise. In a perfect world, if you had to design a cruise ship app, on day one, it would only show you your dining rotation, where your cabin is, like very minimal details so people could physically explore the ship with minimal direction to not overwhelm. Static rules. You show level 1 first, and then you slowly help them ramp up or onboard into the day 3 to 5, where they're used to the app, they're strong users in the app, and they understand where to find things and most importantly, how to book things. Kind of like unlocking different levels for them. It's the same path for all of the guests, but AI changes the game in that it unlocks the levels consistently to gain enough insight to how folks are using it. And then it can help you figure out what is the threshold of when to kind of unlock all of the features so that people are used to using the app enough. Again, this helps to create less confusion. It helps you to get actually better customer reviews so that on your review page, people aren't complaining about the app because you didn't drop them. They are happy or excited about or appreciate the level of detail in the app that you expose to them in an onboarded manner. This type of like AI adapted progressive onboarding doesn't follow a fixed path necessarily, because it adjusts the path in the day 3 to 5 depending on someone's usage. Then, depending on if it can tell if this person is adequately using the app to find the things that they need, again, it would track drop-off rates, it would track hovering. I guess if it's on a native app, it would just track like scrolling up and down, trying to figure out where you are in the app. Then it unlocks these levels. That first-time cruiser, just kind of like tapping everything, AI slows that down. Let's try to get people where they need to be rather than all over the place. Gonna simplify that interface for that user so that they are able to comprehend the journey that they're trying to take. Now, if they don't know what journey they're trying to take, that's where AI is your superpower, because then it can either A/B test for that user or it can give it the top recommended things that other people on the ship are doing. Now, you might have another sailor who's been on the cruise ship like 3 different times. Flow is going to be incredibly different from the first timer. They might have their stuff unlocked on day 1 because they're already used to the app. They already know what they want to do. They already know there's going to be a trivia thing on day 7. They are well equipped to utilize that app, and so AI can unlock all of the levels for them, or maybe most of the levels, and not unlock it for the first timer who's trying to just literally get their bearings. This is why it's important to use AI for different users, because it can automatically figure out through multiple tests, again, multi-armed bandit testing, what these people are looking for, and most importantly, how to get them where they need to be, maybe physically. So it becomes a different experience for every user because it becomes a different product for every user. And that's okay. Now, if they went to the front desk and they were like, unlock all the things, fine, right? But I think if we as designers try to figure out a way to unlock levels as they accomplish certain tasks within the app, I think it would create a better experience for all of the users on the ship. Here's another example. Let's say you're at a theme park and let's say you're at the stadium, right? Here at the Marina Stadium, and you can tell just based on the app that the wait times to get into the actual stadium have been so long for the last hour, and you're checking it maybe like 8 different times, and you're like, oh my gosh, okay, it's still an hour and 20 minutes. The insight here from AI that it would give you is that you're optimizing. What it can do is surge and tell you the best route. Maybe it's in the back, and maybe it's a completely different entrance from what you normally would go into, but you could get right in, and then you could go get your nachos and your beer and what have you. But let's say it's your first Mariners game, you don't really know the vibe, waiting in line's kind of just part of the experience. It might just tell you, hey, there's a wait time, but there's popular gift shops outside of the queue if you want to, again, upselling, if you want to go shopping before you go in the stadium. So let's go back to the cruise ship. Say that the cruise app knows that you're like 3 days away from going to the port in Cozumel. So because you don't have anything booked and it recognizes that and there's 3 days to plan ahead, it might say to you, hey, I noticed that you don't have anything booked. We have some openings in X excursions. Would you like to take advantage of 10% off this excursion? Now, if they saw that from the beginning, they might not be as excited because it looks like everyone's kind of offered that. But one, it's very personalized. Two, timing of it makes it seem like this is exclusive for them and it's something that they should take advantage of because it's for them. By turning it off and getting the timing right, again, you have to figure out the threshold. But if they had produced that on the very beginning when they onboarded the ship, there's so much going on that these people are not paying attention to a 10% off coupon. But if they're sitting down, drink in hand, book in the other, and they see on their phone a notification from the cruise line, they're going to check it. And then they'll see, oh my gosh, you're right. I don't have anything planned. I'm very relaxed. I have a drink in me. You know what? Yeah, 10% off sounds great. Let's do it, right? They're more inclined to purchase that based on the timing and the personalization that you sent to them in that push notification. When AI manages the entire information of the comms journey and of the unlocking of the levels of features that people can see depending on their experience with the cruise line, with the ship, and with the app, it helps to give a much easier user experience for people, which will increase your positive reviews. Recommendation. I would recommend trying to figure out how you can leverage AI to unlock different levels like gamification for different users based on the amount of tasks that they complete when they're in your native experience. There's probably legal and compliance things, but I think that there is some exploration that we could do with this concept. So if that's something that you've done, feel free to put it in the comments. I would love to know like how you did this, especially if you're in the corporate world, for your users to give them just a better experience instead of overwhelming them with all of the different options available in the very beginning of their actual end-to-end experience. Again, my name is Jill. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to subscribe. I do videos every week about design and travel and how they come together. So if that's something you enjoy, let me know. Until next time.